Hello everyone, my name is Jake, and today we're going to be doing a different type of video. This is not going to be focused on current politics, but this is going to be focused on just past upset elections. I'm going to be doing the top three biggest presidential upsets of all time. And as you can clearly see by this map, this first number three selection will be the 1976 presidential election. Alright, so first of all, we can just check out the polls. I'm just gonna let you know Carter obviously won this election, but as you can see here, it wasn't too good for Ford, but he actually came back towards the end, and this was a pretty big upset. Um, as you can see here, Ford was winning in the polls at the end, and the polls, believe it or not, I feel like they were more accurate than today. So I feel like most people would have thought he was winning. I mean, if you come back from a 30-point deficit in the polls and you come back and you're actually leading it, you probably expect to win. But that is not what happened. As we will be able to see here, Carter won a majority of the popular vote. This was a very close election, but nonetheless, I think it was the third biggest upset since the 1900s. I'm not doing 1800 ones because I don't like them. But imagine having this map today. Literally, the whole left side was red and the whole right side was blue. Just imagine that's how it was. Nowadays, um, both of them were relatively moderate. The reason why Ford really lost the election was because of the pardon to Nixon. Um, I'm not gonna give my personal opinion to it, but I don't think that was really his fault. But that's really why he lost because of Watergate and all of that. I mean, if Ford was just running as a nominee and Nixon didn't have Watergate, he would have definitely won. Because Nixon, believe it or not, was actually was a very popular president, before Watergate. So, that's the third biggest upset. Now this one is going to be, there's a very famous photo of this, but it's the 1948 presidential election. Dewey was projected to win this. Um, as we'll be able to see here, it's going to be a very interesting. As you can see, Dewey was leading by like 10 points in the polls for basically the whole race. At the end, tightened up a little bit, but you can still see he was leading by 3. Dewey was the Republican candidate. So you'll be able to see here, Truman was the incumbent Democratic president, who was not popular at this time. I believe his approval ratings were below 40, I would say. He was never elected. I don't. He wasn't even elected to president. Because he got inaugurated because FDR died. So, Truman comes in. He immediately has to deal with the end of the World War II. Immediately has to deal with the beginning of the Cold War. Basically, the worst time to be a president with everything that was going on. Um, and he was not very popular. Now, there were many reasons for this. First of all, he had a Republican Congress, so he couldn't really pass his legislation, which is important at this time. Uh, as we can see, Dewey was basically projected to almost like sweep basically most states. But that is just not how it gone. Now how it went. I'm gonna pull up this famous photo. As you can see, Dewey defeats Truman. They were so confident he was gonna win, so absolutely sure of it that they actually put it on the newspaper before it even came out, just because they were so sure. Then they had to. There was like I think a couple 100,000 of these made, and then they had to make another edition after that, showing that Truman won, and Truman seems pretty happy with himself here. Um, there's also a couple of third-party candidates. You have Wallace, who was um, another reason why I didn't really mention this. I apologize, but another reason why Truman wasn't doing so well is because there's a three-way split in the Democratic Party. You had Wallace, who was running, I think it was the Progressive Party. There's a lot of progressive parties, but this was, I believe, the last one. There was the one with wait, I know there's one with Roosevelt. I forgot the other one. But yeah, Teddy Roosevelt, and you also have Thurman Munson, never mind, Thurman, who's running from the South, just exclusively there on anti-civil rights legislation. That basically all he was. So, I'm gonna do an honorable mention here, for the 2012 presidential election. Now I know, this wasn't really an upset, but I just wanted to include it for basically one specific reason. The reason why this is the honorable mention is because Romney was sure he was gonna win. I don't know if they have it here, but I will be able to show you something. If I can find it. This was still a close election, but Romney, I can't find it here, but Romney made his campaign made basically a website just showcasing Romney is the new president or new elect president, and this is all he's gonna do. And they literally already made the website, and that's how sure they were. He didn't even write a campaign. Oh yeah, right here. Um, Despite public polling, the Romney campaign said they were genuinely surprised, having believed it was oversampling Democrats. Now, you're a bit early there, but they made a transition website. They purchased Fire Works Display. They were basically sure of it. Internal polling showed that he was ahead in Colorado, New Hampshire, tied in Iowa, and it was within a few points of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, which was a big deal. Unlike nowadays, those states were not really considered to be in tension. His path to the presidency would run through Virginia, Colorado, and other states like that. Just because of the shift in 2016, that's why Colorado is not really in contention anymore. Um, so that's the honorable mention. Now, this number one is not really a surprise. 2016 election. We all know about this, but this is obviously the biggest upset. Not really obviously, because 1948 was very big, but this one was more recent. More people remember it, and there's not really much to say except for this was a absolutely gigantic surprise. Um, and so this is gonna be my last video. Thank you until Sunday. Bye.